Tenerife, adelante, nuestra noble tradición tienes que defender, porque lleva...
Well, good afternoon, we're back. It's me again, it's Rick, and it's another one of these Tenerife vlogcasts. I've been off for a couple of weeks. You might have known if you've seen it somewhere else. We've managed to get ourselves a puppy, and he's definitely keeping my hands full, that's for sure. Bit of a different one today. We've managed to actually, somebody got in contact with me, and it was from Roy's Pizza and Indian restaurant in San Eugenio Alto, or Torviscas Alto, up in that sort of area. And I get a chance to go and speak to Roy himself. I've already spoke to him. This is actually being done after the interview. At the end of it, he gets me to make a pizza, and I've just had it. Roy, the pizza was brilliant, by the way. So please enjoy this one. Come with us, and we'll go and have a chat with Roy and see what you think of that one. Well, as mentioned to you in the introduction, here I am, the man himself, it's Roy. Hi Roy, thank you very much for joining us.
Hello Ricky, how are you?
We've started off already. That's an amazing Canarian accent you've got there, Roy.
I know, I try my best.
You try your best. Do you sometimes have to put the accent on for the customers just to keep them...
Well, they say Roy's, do you know Roy's? That's a bloody English name, right? Do you know, you can't be Indian, right? You can't be Indian.
It's one of these things for me. Just give you know, we had a bit, as always, we always have a talk off camera as well before we start. Roy's Pizza and Indian is synonymous with this area, and it's actually synonymous with the south of Tenerife. The guys here who know me, who've watched these before, know that I live up on the Gulf. We're actually now in town. We're at the top of Las Americas. Is this area called?
San Eugenio.
So we're at the top of San Eugenio. Okay, so we're in San Eugenio, which is where you're going to find Roy's restaurant. I'm going to show you some shots around the restaurant as well, because it's absolutely, I've just had a tour of the kitchen. It's incredible. What I want to do before we go into all that sort of stuff is, if first of all, how many years have you been here? And I'm talking about, how many years have you been in Tenerife?
Well, I took on this locale in September 91.
September 91?
Is it September 91?
That's nearly 30 years ago.
Yeah, September 91, and we done it up, obviously trial and error, didn't have the right team in.
Yeah.
I was supposed to open up on 16th of December 91, and I didn't get my electrical bulletin.
Oh right, okay. So yeah, the typical laws of Tenerife.
So in the meantime, I hired drivers, I hired a pizza chef from England, and I was still working in England. I didn't want to give up my job.
So whereabouts in England are you originally from?
I'm from Willesden Green, London.
Oh, so a London boy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you made the move over here, or you started this, but you're actually still working in London at the time?
I was still working in London at the time, and we're waiting for electricity. Things didn't go to plan, so I carried on working in the UK, paying the staff while they were still waiting for electricity to come up.
Yeah.
Eventually, we got the electricity bulletin passed on the 27th of March, 1982.
Oh my God! So you're literally talking nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
That it's been based on here. Do you feel every single one of those 30 years?
I tell you, when I saw my niece coming over, I was just thinking how my life just whooshed past me. Do you know, what have I done?
It's gone crazy. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So you've pretty much, as I said before, you've embedded yourself with the island of Tenerife when you think about it, because you've travelled. Actually, my history on this island as well is 30 years. That was most probably 1991ish, I think, when my parents came over, when my mother and stepfather came over. Sorry, And you've seen a lot of changes on this island. Was this area like this when you turned up?
As far as I remember, San Eugenio wasn't part of officially in Adequi Municipio.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember, it must be 98 or I can't remember the actual date. It actually got accepted by the Municipio de Adequi because it was just an urbanization, a private land.
Yeah.
So I couldn't figure it out. And later on, as you get the gist of things, how things work here.
So, why did you choose this particular area? I mean, this locale, was it by planning, or was it purely a question of like you saw the place, you saw the potential? Is it because of in the old industry where I'm from in the UK, it was the chimney pots, and therefore it's the right place to put yourself in, or?
I only chose this place on one merit only, parking.
For parking? Well, that's clever.
So they're down below.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know where Rum Pot is.
Yes, I know the Rum Pot. Yeah.
There was a locale there which Bella Pizza took on.
Okay.
I was going to take that locale on, or this one here.
Okay.
There, I didn't like the parking situation.
But you see, for me, that's the difference is, I mean, I'm not the businessman like you are, but for me, I'd have thought, well, there's more people down there, there's more traffic, foot traffic, rather than actually up here, you'd think, it seems a little bit further out of the way, but that's not actually gone against you in anything, that's actually that's actually gone in your favour. Is that?
So my market mainly was for the resident market originally. So I planned for the resident market, and I thought, people are always busy working. They like to ring up, pick up the pizza, or they want a delivery. Yeah. Actually, when I started my business, I only thought about delivery on top of the hill. Only San Eugenio.
Is that all you thought? So at the moment, you thought to yourself, I've got this locale, I'm going to deliver top of the hill.
Yeah.
And where do you deliver to now? What's the furthest you've delivered? Where's the furthest you've delivered? Don't say England or something like that.
Would you believe if I tell you Puerto La Cruz?
You've delivered to Puerto de la Cruz?
Yeah.
And was that the Indian or the pizza?
Both.
But you've delivered, seriously?
One was for a Christmas party, a New Year's party.
Uh-huh.
Was a €600 order. So okay.
Wow, yeah, you're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Another one was during the lockdown.
So literally just recently you delivered up there as well?
During the lockdown, some client always comes in, he goes, we know you, we're a good client, it's my mum's birthday, we want to surprise her. Can you do 3 deliveries in Puerto La Cruz?
Oh, fantastic.
That's it. I didn't want to send my driver out, but he insisted.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, we're a service industry, just give him the service.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah. So we went out there. At the same time, we had a delivery. I don't know if you know, what's that town called? La Tablada. Do you know? On the way.
Tabaiba?
Yeah.
So you've been
they ordered a pizza on the way, so that was another €40 on the way.
So double 2 hits in one route. Oh, that's perfect. So when you normally do, sorry, finish your story.
Yeah. No, so it was just. A driver took 3 hours, there and back again. So he went around the island literally.
You got an island tour.
Yeah.
You should have took some people along for an island tour as well. But when you now, let's just talk about the before the lockdown. Your area that you're normally delivering to, is it just there's no distance that's too far, or what was the general consensus of the area that you are?
Well, normally in England, how a normal sane person would deliver?
Yeah.
Is a 3 mile radius.
So you choose 3 miles normally.
Normally, that's because I can't remember, it's something like 10 minutes either way in your radius.
Yeah.
But I decided to choose a 25 mile radius.
Right. Okay. Right. That's quite big.
So we have fixed clients in Los Gigantes, fixed clients in Puerto Santiago.
Right.
Right. Fixed Santiago Teide.
Really?
Villa Flor. We got clients.
You got clients in Villa Flor as well?
Yeah, Villa Flor. We got clients all the way up to Las Abades.
Abadis, you go over to...
We got clients that come down from Orico to pick up their pizzas.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And was this something when you first started out, that was what you decided to do, or was this later on that you thought, right, I'm going to...
Literally the term is you're riding a tiger.
You're riding a tiger?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
You just go where the business is.
You got right. Okay.
So you got to develop with the business, adapt with the business.
So you've put your stake in the ground going, this is my business, this is where I'm going to be, and then I'm going to go and reach out to the rest of the islanders.
I bought 3 second-hand Vespinos.
What's a Vespers?
Yeah.
As in the motorbike?
Yeah, motorbike.
Right, okay.
And the idea was just deliver on the hill, 50cc, and I bought them from my friend from Hubby Motors, Miguel. And within the first month, we blew out all the engines.
I'm not surprised. Who knew Tenerife was on such a steep hill, but you've been going so far out to reach that the 50cc's are not going to be able to take it.
I've been on the Vespino Los Gigantes.
Oh my God, yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend that at all. I wouldn't recommend that in the slightest. So you opened up in 1992. How many staff did you have?
When I originally opened up, 3 staff. 3 staff and myself.
3 staff yourself. You had 4, and then you mentioned before in your heyday. I don't believe that the heyday is over. I believe circumstances changed. But in the busy period before lockdown, how many people did you have then?
Before lockdown, I must have had somewhere range between 18 and 19 staff.
18, 19
staff, right? About 18, 19 staff. Some of them natural wastage, and some of them new contracts.
Yeah.
So the guys that are with me, they're still with me, and some of the ones we let go before when lockdown began.
You had to unfortunately let them go because of the circumstances.
Right now, what have I got? I've got 5 full-time drivers, 3 chefs, 2 waiters, 1 girl in the office, the cleaner's in Urte, and the chap that answers the phone is in Urte.
That's incredible. So it's still a big operation that's going at the moment. So we've talked about the beginning, start of the business, how the business started and where it came from, and obviously you had there's been a lot of successful years that have gone there. A lot of hard work, I take it's gone into it as well. But you've seen a business grow from 4 people all the way up to the, we said in its heyday, but it's not its heyday. In the busy periods, you have up to maybe 18 staff. You said from there. What happened all of a sudden then? Obviously, COVID came along, and then the lockdown happened. What was that then an effect to this place, to yourself, to your staff? What actually happened on that?
Well, first of all, you're trying to adapt, dealing with it. You don't have enough information. Nobody knows. There's a lot of uncertainty. But once we get into a routine, we get over the uncertainty.
Yeah.
We really didn't know what was going on. It's like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Right. You're in lockdown. I remember when my hair store rang me, he goes, right, you're going to have to close your business. I go, okay, I'm going to close. What, tomorrow? What do I do? So I took a tomato tin, took some pasta, took them home because I didn't have time to go to the shop.
It's unbelievable.
And then they rang me, you could open delivery service as normal.
So you could actually, so what happened from your side of it is the actual restaurant itself had to close,
yeah.
But the actual deliveries could still go?
Yeah, we still deliver, and what we decided to do is offer a limited service.
Right.
Before we used to open from 1 to 1 o'clock. Right.
1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
1 till 1?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
So what we done, right, we decided to open from 2 o'clock till about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock actually, offer a limited service.
I love the fact it's still limited. For everybody else, that's like a full day anyway, plus a little bit of overtime.
But it's quite limited, and this way, we had all the drivers on, because we knew we'll have a lot of deliveries.
Yeah.
So I remember one shift we used to have 3 drivers on. We never had 3 shifts in the afternoon.
So you found actually deliveries got actually even busier because of the lockdown.
We're doing a lot more deliveries.
Yeah.
But the sale values dropped quite a bit.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
Because the first 3 weeks, everyone was too busy buying their stuff from Mercadona, Lidl, and stuff.
Yeah. Toilet roll, everyone was clearing the shelves and stuff like that.
So there wasn't enough money to go around. The first 3 weeks was very worried.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, after the first month, everyone got paid. Things went back to normal. It was very trying times. Like a lot of the emergency services, right? They didn't know where to eat.
So like you're saying, the ambulance services.
Ambulance services, the police, the army boys.
So they were all coming up here for the you're doing the deliveries for those as well.
Yeah, we delivered to them as well.
And was it predominantly the pizzas, or was it the Indians, or
everything?
It was just everything going through. Yeah. So how many people did when the lockdown came? How many people did you manage to keep into the kitchens? Or was it yourself? No. We just had the full team in because I cannot put any of my staff in Urte. Yeah.
Because we have the delivery epigraphic for delivery.
Yeah.
So they're all working. Only the waitering staff, even the office staff, I can't put them in Urte. They can work from home.
So everybody has to home, right? I get it. So literally, it was like a redesign of your business.
Yep.
The way to look at it and see it from there. And then obviously the lockdown went through for about 3 months, wasn't it? Just over 3-4 months, most probably.
I can't remember 6.
It's gone long. It's too long now to forget. It's the thing about it today is, just one of the things I was telling the people that are listening. We're on Friday the 13th of November. Can you believe it? And the Canarian government have just. It's not their fault, but they've had to put new restrictions back in again. And we were talking to you again just off camera about that, and that's come down now to that inside bars and restaurants, 30% capacity, and outside on the terrace is 50%.
Yeah.
And that's compared to, what was it yesterday? It wasn't 50%, it was about 80%. So you had to keep your social distancing, didn't you? So you had to keep the tables separate far enough for people to sit down. But now they've gone, no, whatever your capacity of your terrace is now, it's now 50%. I asked Roy about how he's going to cope with that on the inside, and then he gave us a tour. And this is the bit where this is the clever bit, Roy. I'll clip away from us now, and I'll do a tour of your kitchen. So you guys will they'll be seeing your kitchen at this moment in time. It's mega, honestly. Shelley, my girlfriend, who's the cook, she'll absolutely love this. Shelley, watch this. You'll like this one. But you've actually used the whole locale as your kitchen. And then the outside is what you've actually used as your restaurant. So even though we're under a cover, we're actually on a terrace. So for this now, it has to be down to 50% of your terrace.
So at the moment, I'm allowed to have 40 people here.
40 people.
I've got my license.
Is that under the roof? Sorry, under the roof and outside included?
Yeah, 40 people.
Uh-huh.
That'll be gone to 20.
So that's now going to go to 20?
Yeah, so now we've got to count people coming in, 20 people.
So you have to count them in, sit them... how's...
Reservations. People have to ring up reservations.
Yeah, so that reserve, call up and reserve. I'll put the number along the bottom as well from that. How are you when you first heard the news about that today?
We heard about it yesterday. Well, thing is, right now, you know, if you lived in Spain long enough, nothing surprises you. You know, today's a new rule, tomorrow, the day after, a new rule. Just accept it.
So you just roll with it?
Embrace it.
You embrace it? Well, that's a good word, embrace it. Yeah. A lot of people would be complaining about it, but you're embracing it.
Well, if you want to survive, right, you have to adapt or be the dinosaur.
Yeah, very true, very, very true. And you were talking as well about the reason why this rule. I mean, obviously you're a little bit more clued up about it than myself, more because it's in your industry. But you were saying there's certain areas in Spain at the moment that we're going through,
They got complete lockdown, haven't they? Like Granada, Basque Country, Asturias. It's 5 provinces, and
they're in complete lockdown. So their restaurants are closed. Is it again?
I can't remember. I can't remember what it is. 10 o'clock, everyone's supposed to be in house in the room, but now they've gone even a stage further because people are not respecting the rules. And if that continues, because we're literally 2 weeks behind what's going on in mainland Spain.
Right.
So if you follow the indicators in mainland Spain, if we don't observe the rules here, we might even get that rule here. We've got to stay in the house after 10 o'clock. So there's a chance that might happen.
That might come into our, that might come here.
So,
it's a curfew, isn't it? 10 till 6 curfew, that's right, that's been put into Spain.
So if we observe the rules just for us, for our future, it might be better, but it'd be very difficult. Because I know how it is. Like, I like to go out for a drink. I want to meet my mates. Yeah. And you know how it is after a few drinks, right?
I must admit, I've been in a couple of bars in the last couple of weeks, and there was even though they were maintaining the social distancing, the chairs were too far away from the tables, and then you're meeting back to back with somebody on a different table, and it's just it's almost impossible. That the rule's been put into place over here today because Tenerife is actually the one with the spike of all the islands. Has got the most cases that are rising really at this moment in time, and that's the reason why they've put that into place, I suppose. Well,
you can still catch a flight from Madrid without being tested. Come straight to the side.
Yeah, Madrid is the that's the epicenter of Europe. They're saying at the moment where it's really affecting it. How are you finding? Obviously today's a new day for yourself. Since the lockdowns ended, how are you finding the clients coming back in? Was it getting busier? Was there a sense of normality going on?
Well, after the lockdown, our business shifted from deliveries to the tables.
Back to the tables.
Right.
Yeah.
Our tables, because people was confined in their apartments, their house for so long, they just wanted to get out.
Yeah.
And we found that people were sitting at tables longer.
Oh, right, okay.
So average time spent at a table was probably about 2 to 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
And that's quite good. You know, we don't mind the clients enjoying.
Yeah.
You know, it's good for us.
Yeah.
We look busy, the clients come in.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But we had clients coming in from all over the place, from all over the island. We got a lot of clients from the north of the island coming in.
That's incredible. Yeah. I mean, that's at least a 45-minute journey for them to come down from the north.
Yeah, but also, Rick, you got to look at it this way. In the south, where do most of the staff come from?
They come from the north.
Yeah. So they work in the reception.
Yeah.
They work in the hotels, delivery services. They've been eating our food for years, and the weekend they come with their family.
That's it's an interesting analogy really when you look at it that way, because you don't really think. I mean, for the people, everybody knows Tenerife, but the north is about 45 minutes away from there. A lot of the workers are up there, and therefore they're going to come down and bring their families down to it as well. And it's, for us to think about the drive 45 minutes to them is nothing. But to us, really got to go to Santa Cruz again, and it makes it from there with it as well.
But you ever been to the States?
I mean, yes. So
for them, 2 3 hours is normal.
It's normal, a normal drive over there for him as well. So, if we're looking now, let's say for the future prognosis of the business, obviously you've done a bit of analysing. You've got experience on the island. You've got maybe 30 years in this business. How do you see like the next 6 months progressing for your business, for Roy's Pizza and Indian? How do you see that?
Well, very interesting question. The way I see it at the moment, let's look at it this way, Ricky, sorry.
That's all right. I get called everything. Don't worry about it.
But don't worry, I can't remember my breakfast either. Let's say you're earning 1,200 euros a month. You went on it in March.
Yeah.
You get the famous 721 euros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're earning something like 480 euros less a month. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November.
Yeah.
That's 10 months. Let's just say 10 months.
Yeah.
10 months times 480 is nearly 5 grand.
Yeah.
5 grand less, and you still have your electricity to pay, your water, your fire.
The harsh thing for me is the first thing that would most probably would go out of the window are the luxury items of going out to eat and doing stuff. People still have to eat, but the actual luxury item of going out to eat.
That luxury item, people always treat themselves to feel good once a month or twice a month.
Yeah.
Because you always need to do that. What we found is the clients that order large pizzas, they're cutting back to medium pizzas.
Right. So
they're cutting that. People not ordering starters.
Yeah.
Just the main course.
Yeah.
They're not ordering drinks. They're not ordering ice creams, desserts.
I think as harsh as it is, it's understandable.
Yeah.
And I think you're looking at that which is nice. It's the way you're explaining it. You're explaining it actually with compassion, rather than some people, just saying it's not fair. But you're actually looking at this. You understand this, that the people are having to do this. I think that's most probably one of the reasons why that in my idealism, this business has been going on for so long, because you actually think about your clients. It's not a question of you just thinking about your business. You're actually thinking about your clients. I think you genuinely do understand your clients, and I think that's what it comes down to. Do you see this going to change in the next 6 months with them? No.
I reckon we look at a minimum of 18 months. 18 months
in total? Or 18
minimum,
more?
Minimum. I don't see a solution for a few years.
Really?
Right, because let's see what happens next year.
Yeah.
Your credit cards.
Yeah.
That's when the banks will request their money back in.
Yeah.
The loans.
Yeah.
At the moment, all the businesses that have taken the famous loans, the eco loans, 1%, 3% or whatever.
Yeah.
The money's gone.
Yeah.
By January, most of the business that sucked in your business. A few of them might have until June.
Yeah.
Unless your business is generating cash.
Yeah.
Right? I personally believe there'll be a lot of businesses closing here.
I think I think that goes without saying. When you look at some of the businesses around as well, is the way they've been started up, or the way they've been they've started up on a shoestring almost, and then therefore when that gets taken away, the tourists are still not back here. At the moment you're still in. If people in the UK watching, you're still in lockdown. We're in November. You're in lockdown until December the 2nd. Yeah,
but December 2nd, and if you can only travel with a valid reason.
Yes.
Even for business, there's a fines from £250 to £6,000.
Yes. So
you can take your holiday, come here. They got your digital details.
Yeah.
So whenever they want to, they'll find you.
Yeah. Bit of a harsh reality, really.
Yeah, because my niece came over on holiday. And her stepfather needs to come over.
Yeah.
My sister's over, and he was supposed to come out flight on the 13th. He cancelled.
Yeah.
Although, I could send him an email, do my financial assessment. He's a independent financial assessor.
Yeah.
Right? And I would send him an email, but he doesn't want to risk it.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I can imagine. From that. Are you? Obviously, a lot of your businesses, you've done the right idea is to base it against the residents, which you've done over the years as well. But a lot of it was also based on tourism.
Yeah, we had a lot of tourists. Like in the old days, we had something like 27 hotels we worked with.
You worked with 27 hotels?
Yeah. So
the tourists were turning up, staying in the hotel, and then they were calling you to go and deliver the food?
We had arrangements with certain hotel groups. One of the groups was where your mother worked.
Oh yeah, the Diamond Group down on the Gulf.
Yeah. We worked with Hollywood Mirage Group, the Diamond Group, then Los Diamantes. There's a couple of hotels, up in Los Gigantes as well. Yeah. We had 27 in total.
Crikey, Charlie, man.
Then in 2008, we took a decision not to work with the hotels. which was a good reason or a bad reason. I don't know.
Well, you're still here, so it can't be that bad. You're still here to see, to see how it goes, to see how it works. What do you think? I've met you only just recently, and what I can see straight away, you're very astute, by the way, when it comes to business. You seem to have a coordinated plan of everything that you're doing, from when the first day you opened to how it ran, and then in lockdown. Have you now got a plan for the future for yourself, or is it just a question of like, let's just batten down the hatches at this moment in time and just ride this out, or is there a question from like, because the quickest out, the first out of the block, the speed of the lead is the speed of the pack. Have you got a? I'll
tell everybody, my advice to everybody is, don't stick to one plan. Have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J.
Is that the best way to do it?
And think all the plans through. And as the cards fall, whichever cards fall on the right plan, use it.
Really? And is that what you've done all the time since you've started, or is that what you've learned in life? Or?
That's what I learned in life.
You just learned in life?
Over a few beers and whiskies, that's what you do.
Over a few beers and a few whiskies, fantastic. Well, I've actually got a couple of stories for you, Roy, that you're not aware of. The first one is, I mentioned before that my girlfriend Shelley, everybody here knows it, everybody knows here who knows me, knows I mention her all the time. Shelley actually sang in here. Now, you might go, well, no, you've never had entertainment in here. Shelley was in here in 2001 with a group of people, and she said, the boss came over, and I said, well, was it Roy? She said, I don't know, he was obviously running the place, it was important, somebody important came over. And he said, are you on holiday? And she says, no, I've just moved over and I live here. He says, what are you doing? I'm a singer. And he said, are you any good? And she says, well, yeah, I can hold my own. And the boss, or the owner, could be yourself, said, well, if you stand up and give us a song, if you're any good, this meal's on the house. Mm-hmm. So she stood up and she sang Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, a cappella, and the restaurant stopped. And she said, they all put the knives and forks down and applauded, and the boss went, yeah, scrap this bill's on me. And she said it was a great food that she had from there, but that's her memories of actually this place from 2001. And the second thing I've got to tell you is my youngest daughter just moved over, she's 16, and my youngest daughter is most probably a professional pizza connoisseur, because literally that's all she eats. She eats nothing other than margarita pizzas. So she says to me, Dad, you've got to try and blag a pizza, which the ovens aren't on now, so it's not going to happen. But I'm definitely going to have to come over here and grab a pizza. And
what's your daughter's name?
She's called Alice.
Alice, I could do one better. I'll get your dad to make his pizza.
Oh, I'm going to make you a pizza. Oh my God. Yeah, I wish you all the best with that, Alice, already at this moment in time. But it's been, it's one of the things for her. We're out of our area, but it's now, I know this place, and I'll come. Alice, I'll bring you up here. We'll have pizza up here, Pet, and see how it goes from there. I think for yourself, you are, what I just want to finish off with to say, you're a staple part of the island that goes along with a lot of, there's a handful of freestanding businesses that you're aware of that in an area. I've got like people like the Princess Dies in town. That's something that's always there, that will always be there. There's places up on the Gulf that are just there. Roy's Pizza and Indian is something that's always been in the headlights really of the island for itself. For that, I've got to commend you. I think that's been it shows a fantastic business model that you have. But it's not only just the business, it's also actually the way you go towards your clients and the way you are looking after your clients, and obviously the quality that you have as well. So I need to commend you on that as well. The way you've most probably integrated yourself with the Spanish community as well. I mean, you speak Spanish, is that right? That's
right, yeah.
So you're speaking Spanish, English, any others?
Very bad Indian language with English accent.
I heard that on the phone. What language is that?
Which language was that?
I don't know.
That's the girl from the office. I was speaking Spanish.
Canarian. Oh, so you speak with the Canarian accents as well?
Well, we're trying to it.
And you've also got the English with the Indian accent with the English going on.
I speak my Spanish with an English accent. I speak Gujarati, which is my main language.
Gujarati?
Yeah, Gujarati.
Wow.
It's where Bombay is 300 miles to the north.
Yeah.
That Gujarati province, where the peninsula of Gujarat, where two famous people come from. Mahatma Gandhi.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
And the current Prime Minister of India. They come from an area.
Oh, right, okay.
Right. So I speak my Gujarati with English accent.
Uh-huh.
You have to speak Hindi. Hindi is the main language in England.
Yes.
In India, sorry.
Yeah.
England. India. And when you speak Hindi, you understand all languages.
Right.
So it's like speaking Spanish and Portuguese, very similar, and Italian.
Yeah.
So when you speak Spanish, you can understand Italian and Portuguese.
Right, so that's okay. That makes a little bit more sense for it.
Yeah.
And then, how did you find it? I mean, did you find that you're more welcome now that you speak the Canarian language? That how the Canarians, you deal a lot with Canarians over here?
Funny enough, when I first started, I would say 95% of my clientele were English.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there was the predominantly English area. But
Then 2008, when we hit the first recession, at that time we had about 40% Spanish clientele.
Okay, so it swung.
Yeah, no, in 2008,
Yeah.
we already had 40% of the Spanish clientele. Then after 2008, when a lot of the Brits went back home, my Spanish side decided to increase. At the same time, in my company, all our staff were English.
Yes.
Slowly, we started losing staff.
Yeah.
And we again gradually replaced by Spanish. Well, we say Spanish, Venezuelan, Cubans.
Yeah.
You know,
Spanish speaking.
Spanish speaking, right? So now there's hardly any English speaking staff left in my place.
That's unbelievable. That's incredible. It's just how the whole thing just evolves.
Yeah.
But that's obviously part of maybe a plan A, B, C, D, or E, or something like that, where you've gone down that route. From
Like I said, I'm very unprofessional. I just ride.
You're very unprofessional.
I just happy-go-lucky, ride the tiger, see where it goes.
I love that. He said that a couple of times now. Ride the tiger. I like that one. I think I might use that one myself.
Or just, in English, I think it is. When the wind blows, full sail.
Yeah.
Something like that. What's he say?
Yeah, I know. I can't. You've got me on the spot on that one, but I know exactly what you mean. Get the sails up when the wind's blowing and just go with where the wind takes you.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And just to finish us off, Roy, have you got any messages now? There's going to be people back in the UK who know Roy's Pizza and Indian Tandoori, Indian restaurant. Have you got a message for those people that you want to tell them and wish them, or?
Well, thank you for supporting me over the years. I wish you guys all happy Christmas and a happy Diwali this week. Diwali
this week, the Festival of Lights.
Festival Light. That's
It looks like I know it. He told me 5 minutes ago. It's like I'm dead professional on that one. But the Festival of Light is on at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you hope to see them soon. I take it. Hope to get yourselves back over.
Yep. Hopefully they come over. But most of the clients, the Tenerife clients, the tourists, they come here 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
Or now they come probably twice a year or maybe once a year, but they still come over.
They're still going to be here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're still going to come over. Tenerife won't get out their blood, and maybe this year they won't come, but year after they'll probably be here. Yeah.
And for the Tenerife vlogcasters who are not aware of this place, I'll put the map on and exactly where it is at the moment. It is it's a business that's been going here now for nearly 30 years. A food business restaurant that's been going for 30 years. It's got to say something about the business itself, and it's definitely worthy of a chance and have a come and try it and come and taste it. And I think that's most definitely without saying it goes without saying from that. Roy, you've been great to talk to, and I really appreciate it. And I wish your business all the best in the future. Alice, we're coming up here for a pizza. We'll definitely be here. But once again, thank you very much, buddy. And I really appreciate it. And
I really appreciate you coming here as well.
It's my pleasure. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.